freaking out.
Hey! Welcome to another episode of Backwoods Brothers, and I just realized I don't have my hat on.
I'll take my hat off for you. Your name is what?
Your hat off to me, sir?
Yes, I take my hat off to you, brother.
Holy cow, those comments are so small.
What is your name? Don't you have a name? Oh my gosh, really?
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. Hey.
Hi. Anyone home? Hi.
Hi. Welcome to Backwoods Brothers. My name is Tony, and this is
Joel.
Oh my gosh, Joel's on crack today. No, we are so everybody's on crack like right
These
now.
days, yes.
I mean, this is going crazy. Even the FBI is going crazy. But let's talk about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
we were running a little bit late. Wow, we were running a little bit late today because, as you can see, we are having serious technical issues. It's like someone dropped a technical bomb on us today. We didn't have audio. Our Facebook was having issues. Apparently, that's having issues.
My brother hit me in the face today.
I did not hit him in the face.
Yes, you did.
No, I may have bitch slapped you, but that's not hitting you.
He said, "Bitch." You can't say that on. Backwoods
I
Brothers.
may have.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways.
Hey, how's everybody doing? We want you to comment. We want you to like, share, and subscribe.
Ooh.
You are the people we love. So
Yes.
comment, okay?
Yes. We actually got quite a few things today. We are going to talk about Mar-a-Lago and
Mar-a-Lago?
the police state. Where FBR is raiding on Trump there.
Yep.
Which, if you look at the overall piece of it, it's actually absolute crap.
And we're going to also bring it home a little bit to Ted Wheeler.
Well, Ted Wheeler, right here in town. He's going to be where he's state of emergency finally 2 years late.
State of emergency 2 years late. Like, a day
Well, two
late,
and a half
dollar
years
short.
late, actually.
Lots of gunfire between.
Yep.
And
And then we get some local stuff we'll talk about.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So the FBI a few days ago raided Trump's home in Florida. Mar-a-Lago was in Florida.
2 days ago.
Was it? 2
Yeah,
days ago?
about 2 days ago.
Was it 2 days ago?
Was it 2 days ago? I think it feels like it wasn't last night. It was the night before last.
Yesterday, I thought it was 3 days all in one day because I was so tired by the end of the day.
Seriously.
Anyways, but yeah. So it was a few days ago. They raided his
Mar-a-Lago estate.
Yes.
He was in New York at the time, I believe.
Yes, and he actually when they he pleaded the fifth when they actually questioned
Today.
him. Yeah. Pleaded the fifth on
Yeah.
him. He's like, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots to say about this raid, but they even raided his wife's closet. I wonder if they're looking for shoes.
No, they
were they looking for shoes?
They broke open a safe. Like
Yes,
straight
that's
up
right.
broke it open.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Here's the thing is, and
Yeah.
then they're trying to say, oh, well, the warrant for that is actually we're not going to make that public. We're just going to keep that real quiet. And then just today, not too long ago, a judge actually ruled and said, "Oh no, you're not. You're going to make that public. You got 5 days, and that better be public."
That needs to be public. It is absolutely imperative for this country and for the faith in the FBI. It needs to be public.
What faith in the? No one has faith in the FBI these days.
Yeah, but I'm going to get into something really fast. We talk about, we don't want to defund the police. We don't want to defund the police. And it's actually, we should not defund the police.
I agree.
But a lot of people are talking on my side, on the red side, talking about defunding the FBI. I don't think that's appropriate either.
Well, you know what? I don't agree with defunding the FBI. I agree with bringing accountability and transparency to them, and firing a whole lot of them.
Right.
But then you get but if you actually look at the way it's going, you got the FBI, which is supposed to be the federal
Bureau of Investigations,
long arm of the law type of thing.
Right.
They go out and they enforce the law on a lot of different things all across the country for some serious felonies, things like that.
Right.
They have been weaponized in this case.
Yes.
At least that's the appearance of
At least the appearance.
Especially because they're saying that they have found all these documents and everything, but the fact is that they don't know what they found because a lot of things they haven't presented have been found.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well,
isn't any document in his estate open to investigation? Because you can't pick and choose. You have to pick up a document and leave with it.
Yes and no.
They can see other things.
No, they can't just seize whatever they want. Because the way a warrant works is it specifically calls out and identifies what you are allowed to grab. It would have to say documents related to X, or you can get into this location. You can search in this particular. It's not going to be a blanket party.
That's why we need to see the
blanket
warrants.
search for you to go, oh, you can just search and grab whatever you want. No, it has to be very specifically called out in the warrant.
True.
And if it's not specified, they can actually break that warrant down pretty good in court. Because you can't have too broad of a search warrant.
Of a search warrant. Okay.
Yeah, that would be a violation of the
nothing-
Fourth Amendment rights, which would then invalidate the warrant.
So, and a couple of things I'm hearing come down the pike. Did they turn his lawyers away and say they could not be a part of this investigation when they entered? Weren't the lawyers, Trump's lawyers,
No, they don't have the option to say that they can't be involved in it. The lawyers.
I'm talking about in the actual raid.
No, the actually the way the law is they grant you the warrant and the warrant is legit, they can ask you to step outside while they do their thing.
Gotcha.
It depends on there's certain circumstances.
Because there's a lot of talk about this, so I'm just going to actually come to you to kind of clear
really all
this
depends
up
on
maybe a little
It
bit.
really all depends what the warrant says.
Right.
Until we know
Which
what that
we
warrant
need to
says,
see what
it's
the
up in
warrant
the air.
says. Yeah.
Exactly. But they won the lawsuit today that said there was actually a advocacy group and a couple, I think, news media groups all sued the Justice Department, and the judge ruled that the Justice Department has to turn it over by the 15th.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. A lot of people are calling it a banana republic. Are we headed that way?
Well, think about it. You forgot that, first of all. And then you just got something that snuck into a bill where I think was it 8,700, I think, or 87,000? It was like some insane amount of IRS agents just got, like, they're going to hire a insane amount of IRS agents to go and collect all these taxes, right?
Right.
I mean, so you've got the long arm of the law, the federal law. Basically, you got a police state there. Now you've got a bunch of thugs to come and collect your money from you. I mean, you've got the leader that's basically just pencil whipping whatever he wants, and you got your elections confused. We are Venezuela. I mean, it could go much further than that too. They're dictating your medical. We are Venezuela. We're heading like on a speeding train to that position.
Let's back it up a little bit. So the major players we were told by press secretary that Biden didn't know about this at all.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I mean, the slightest bit.
No recollection of
and
this.
Clinton was don't recall.
She capitalized off of this.
Clinton just doesn't recall because she was baking cookies with her daughter, right?
Oh.
You remember that?
And hiding the emails at the same time?
Yeah, exactly. Do you mean like wipe my hard drives? You mean like when I clean them with a rag? I came right out of the Clinton handbook. I don't know what was going on.
No.
I just run the country. They're going to raid the Justice Department's going to raid a former president.
This has never been done.
Documents that were supposed to be turned over, and they're saying, "Oh, we may have found classified documents in Trump's home." Here's the thing: he's the president. When he was the president, he had the option to declassify whatever document he wants. How do you know that those documents in his possession were not declassified before they were brought in? Mm-hmm. They don't. They have no idea. So what's the basis of this warrant? He was working on turning things over to them, and they were coming to a conclusion. Next thing you know, that he's getting raided.
So is the motivation January 6th?
It's a lot of motivation. They're trying what they're trying to do is they've tried January 6th. They've tried the other accusations through the January 6th. Yeah. They've tried the Russia collusion. Mm-hmm. They tried to bring that back around again, which that just fell hard on his face. Mm-hmm. And now they're trying this. They're doing anything they can to stop him
from running in 2024.
Yeah, from being a viable candidate in 2024.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is that they're trying. By the way, the funny part was I guess some of the. I have to look at the connection again, but it was something to do with the lawyers that helped put this together, or the previous lawyers that were part of the Epstein scandal.
I heard about
that. There was some sort of connection there too that someone had brought up and made the connection to.
What a tangled web we weave! What a tangled web.
But they're trying to. They're doing anything they can to try to discredit him as a viable candidate, and it's not like, oh, you're being a conspiracy theorist. No, it's. If you look at the picture, I mean, it is not. They're not really even being like crafty about it. They're just flat out doing anything they can. Because if they don't get one thing to stick, they immediately move to the next one, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to go with this particular item. Oh, that's not working. We're going to go with this particular item." And they're kind of working their way through it. And if they hit them with one thing and they kept going and trying to dig into that one thing only, and then they found something great. But when one thing's not sticking. I mean, honestly, there's no historical precedence for them to ever raid a former president's homes for potential documents.
Well, so since this is unprecedented,
and they're calling it mishandling of classified documents is what they're saying.
Yeah.
By the way, the proper handling of classified documents would be to have them properly secured in, like a safe.
Right.
But And he's not like he was just some random Joe. He's a former president. But nonetheless, they want to use this particular argument against him of mishandling classified documents, then go back and charge Hillary Clinton and anybody else that has had the same thing, where they had an email server in their closet that had thousands of state emails that were classified that had been compromised.
You speak the truth.
I mean, where is the hypocrisy not falling out of the sky on this one?
Where is the hypocrisy? The hypocrisy is evident in front of our face.
Here's my thing is, if Trump actually committed a crime where he had classified documents that he should not have had, and did that, he should be held accountable to them.
Right.
But if you're going to hold him accountable, you damn well better hold everybody else accountable over the last years.
Even some opponents against Trump, who are Republican in base, said something better come from this.
Oh, exactly.
There needs to be explanation to this.
Here's my thing is, if there was if there was an actual crime and they had evidence and good standings to commit forward on a warrant, why are they trying to hide it so bad? Why won't they just say, yes, here's our proof, here's what we had, this is what we went for. They've already done the raid. So what's the big deal? Make it public. But they did it because the reason why they're pushing for it to come out is because I have a feeling there's something in there. And the reason why they're trying to hide it so bad is because there's something in that warrant that basically people are going to go, that's not a justified reason to go for a document.
Well, anything at this point would be a push for him towards 2024.
Exactly.
By the way, this is a boost.
The only way
towards
that they
that.
can. Well, here's the thing is,
they're not finding something.
Here's the thing that really gets me is, and I don't know if it's the same for presidential pieces, but I know it's definitely good for Congress and stuff. You can technically be a convicted felon serving time and still be a congressman, an active congressman serving. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, I looked it up a while back. I don't remember what triggered it, but I remember looking at that and going, man, no wonder why it's full of crooks up there.
What do you guys think? I'm sure you.
I'm trying to read this, but for some reason our
producer,
it's
read
really
it to
small.
us.
It says that they are trying to keep him from running.
I'm doing the best I can, guys. I'm having trouble.
It's
That's
just
okay.
really
You're
small.
awesome.
The font got minimized.
Yeah, I can't even see that. I couldn't even see it anyway.
Jim Moriarty says if Hillary was in prison, I would have an easier time with this warrant. Yep. Scott Hamilton said that's the question. Why are they trying to hide it so bad? Yep. Someone says crazy. Did everyone see Tony's karaoke video from last weekend? That's from Jeremy Freedom.
Oh, what sweet.
That's all
I'm gonna do. It was way loud.
Sorry. I apologize if you now have hearing loss.
Blah 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 blah.
Anyways, but yeah, everybody's talking about it. But the big thing to look at it is as a former president, he had the right to declassify documents. Who's to say that he didn't declassify those before he left office and made them unclassified documents?
Yeah.
Second part is they're not really sure what they grabbed yet. The third most important thing is we need to see what's in that warrant.
We need to see what's in that warrant. Mm-hmm. Yes. So to be continued. Everybody's staying glued.
Drop.
Waiting for things to come. Guys, check the news for this. And by the way, what we always say is don't check Backwoods Brothers for news. This is just strictly our opinion. So go ahead and do your own research and form your own.
Do you know a good way to get news?
Is
from Good Signs. Like our sponsor, Whitney Signs.
Yes. Hey, everybody! So we were just leaving in our last segment. We were talking about the raid on Mar-a-Lago.
Yes, exactly, and the abuse of the FBI as the appearances are now. But
so we should move a little bit local. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go to Oregon and talk a little bit about our wonderful. Wait.
Can I do this?
Yes.
We're going to travel from Florida and we're going to take a road trip all the way to Portland, Oregon. But before we do that, by the way, this whole thing overshadowed DeSantis back in Florida. Maybe that's a to be continued to talk about at a
Oh,
later date.
you
but
mean when he fired his one of the district attorneys?
yes.
Yeah, I was watching that earlier today.
I haven't watched it yet, but you guys, if you want to comment on it, feel free. Okay.
Yeah, it was great. He got cheering from it. But I wish that we had a governor, and we could if we had Christine Drazen in office.
Ooh, CD.
He basically went in what should happen, and this is what should be happening in Portland.
Ted Wheeler
should be firing his district attorney in his city for not prosecuting the crimes. And basically, it's he says DeSantis said if you're not going to process crimes, then we don't need you. Basically,
well,
and that's a short description there.
I know you're going to kill me for this, but I decided to ask for a sorry rather than permission. But I got to tell you, there have been over 600 shootings in Portland since now, 2022. And from that, it looks like Ted Wheeler, decided that he wanted to actually act on that. One of his things is what he wants to do is actually fund the police instead of defund the police. But he also wants to come up with this thing called Safer Summer PDX, which is this goal is to at least limit gun violence or take off a percentage. So he wants to address at least 10% of the gun violence in the next
here's the thing is
2 years.
They know the solution. They know the solution.
What?
It's bring back the law enforcement, like he said, what's been saying for 2 years now?
Yeah.
You bring back your law enforcement, bring back the gun control team, bring back the gun violence team, and start processing your crimes. And guess what? Your problems go away. When you stop processing the crimes is when everything went bad. When you have a Democrat in office, this is what happens. When Democratic control is in power, you decay like it's some sort of virus.
Yeah.
This is. Do you just want to know what the left has? This is the left.
Well,
now give us a chance to see what the right's going to have.
A lot of a state of emergency have to do really with tent cities and camping out.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Now, I will say there's some good. There are some Democrats out there that are good people and have good heads on their shoulders. They just have a little bit different political pieces.
Right.
And that's perfectly fine. So let me clarify what I said. This is an extreme or a woke Democrat approach.
Okay.
Not the typical, because the old typical Democrat stuff used to be more. They used to be not so crazy. They used to be more about arguing about maybe some social services or spending things like that. Things that are common bump heads. This stuff that is happening now of defund police and not prosecute crimes, that is so far out from what the typical Republican Democrat things.
Can I just say that? I'm glad you mentioned that because the pendulum has swung. I used to be a Democrat. Mm-hmm. I did. I grew up in a Democratic home. But we stood for all the social justice issues that everybody, Republican and Democrat, could come along and join in the same frame. But now it's switched to where the pendulum has swung, where we just allow criminals to go free.
Exactly. They had over 1,000 arrests over the last 2 years. Or actually, it's more now. I think it's like 1,200 now. Arrests for rioting and destruction, things like that. Good, solid evidence, video evidence, fingerprint evidence, witnesses, everything. They had all those together. They could prosecute and put these guys in jail and fix the problem. And the district attorney and the city of Portland and with the support of the mayor and this Portland City Council let all of them go. Every one of them go. And then instead of punishing the criminals, they went and they pulled the funding from the police and basically got them to run the law enforcement to quit in mass droves in Portland. Holy
brother, let me tell you this real fast. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
comments left and right. Look, the plan was to focus on 200 people who are most at risk, okay, and involved in gun violence. This is their solution. They will offer life coaches and that are connected to existent social services. So life coaches. So I could be called at a bit of time to offer life coaching as that's happening.
What I say is here's the thing is people don't need life coaches and this and that. What they need is to know that when they commit the crime, there's going to be actual time and that it's going to cost them something. And they're not going to be able to go to a place where they get 3 squares and they get to work out in the yard and watch TV and they get to play video games.
Did you say 3 squares?
Three squares is the word for 3 meals.
Oh, okay.
But they're going to get their 3
Must
meals.
Be a military
But
term.
it's going to be jail food. Like we're talking Russia prison food type of thing. So you get your basic nutrients and stuff. Like give them MREs every day or something. You know, let them figure that out. The pain in the bathroom.
Okay, so our next show is going to explain what MREs are. But before you keep on going with that makes me hungry, and I really want to right now have some pizza. There's a great pizza place in Estacada called Hitch and Post Pizza. Watch this.
Hey, how's
Nice.
it going, guys?
Hitch and Post Pizza is your place to go.
Yes,
What were you
and
saying?
now I haven't had pizza in a while. I want some pizza.
Yeah, Squirrel. What were you saying?
So they should be able to go to these places where they don't get all those things. Instead, what they should do is they should be given a job, not a fun job. It could be, they have to. I don't know. So what's a really not fun job? I don't know. Clean out porta potties or something.
You know what? I used to do this in camp. I used to have kids pick up rocks.
That's a great idea. You should go there and they have to move piles of rocks across the yard, or something. I mean, it's something that it really sucks. I'm not hiring people to show up.
Oh,
but what they need is people need to go to jail and they need to not enjoy it. And then yes, you can have things like help them get their GED or help them get some training. But when they're not doing something like learning to specifically better themselves, they should be made to do very unfun stuff. Okay, but, I know it. Put a bunch of drill instructors in charge of the prisons, and let's see what happens.
Why are you?
I guarantee you.
Why do you keep on trying to put Ranger games involved in Backwoods Brothers in that way? You're talking about militaristic terms in jail. Should it be that way? I'm leading you somewhere. Yes,
it should be.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's trying to talk about Ranger games, which is going to be on at 8:00.
I just gave a shameless plug for that, but I was also trying to get you fired up with that.
At 8:00.
So you caught what I was saying.
Yes,
so we need to be a little bit harder in crime.
We need to be very hard in crime. Prosecute the crime.
Yeah.
Send them to a jail that's not fun. And for times that's longer than a few months or a few days, send them to jail for actual legitimate times. You commit a small crime, you get 30 days. Maybe if you did a really small crime, like you stole some bubble gum or you sped, you get 10 days.
Yeah, where is Portland headed, though, brother? Where is it? You lived in Portland for longer than I have. You remember when the city used to be vibrant, used to be the place to be. Now businesses, even today, businesses left.
Dude, we've lost some major employers here in Portland. I believe we lost a multi-billion-dollar opportunity for a headquarters. I think it was with Intel, I think is what it was. Intel was going to build a new headquarters here, but then when they saw how the state was being managed and the city was being managed, they went and they moved it across the entire country. And so they've basically stopped investing a bunch of money in here. They still got stuff here, but they're slowly moving it out to their new headquarters that they're building right now. Yeah. And it's going to dry up a lot of work in this area for more advanced work.
It's time for a change.
It's time for a change. Change and leadership. We need a redirection.
Yeah.
Speaking of change, did you? We're just bringing it a little more local.
Yes, let's do it. Let's change and go all the way to Estacada.
Right back here to Estacada.
Wow, we made it almost a circle, bro.
I know. Well, not a circle. It's more like a.
Hey, really fast to our viewers, we started a little late, so we're trying to hit all of our topics. So if you see all of these things and we're not necessarily addressing it, our apologies. We're trying to hit our topics, but at the same time, let's hit this.
They're so small right now because, again, the technical difficulties.
So talk to each other.
Yes, I can't read them. That one's a little bit better, but they're pretty small. People says great topics.
Awesome.
Is it the solution? I appreciate you guys. Yes, thank you, Millie. Appreciate you.
Millie.
We got Lauren, Bert, Lady S wins.
Lady S wins.
Millie. There's the Connie in there. Thanks, guys, for showing up. Antonio.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. He said Antonio.
Antonio.
Guess what? I'm an Antonio too. Only when I'm in trouble.
He just goes by Tony though.
But he goes by Tony. My friends call me Tony. My brother calls me Tony. If you guys are here for the first time, you wonder why these two guys are up here. We're brothers.
We're twins. This is my twin brother. They just kept me in a closet.
kept you in the closet. Wow.
so
Okay.
right here locally,
Local news. Well, some people need to go back to the closet in the local news. But okay, let's go. Go on.
I ain't gonna go there. But hey, congratulations to the local brand new counselor Mike.
Yes.
And I'm gonna McCary. I couldn't pronounce it when I was reading it. So
Sorry, Mike.
sorry, Mike.
Way to go, Mike.
Yes.
So, Mike, congratulations as a new city councilor to the city of Estacada.
He's almost picking up the rest of the story of the term.
He's
picking up the rest of
basically
the term.
what he's doing
But he's
is
playing on right.
McElroy.
McElroy.
Mike McElroy. Thank
Yeah.
you. And so Mike is coming in through the end of the year for sure because he was appointed. But I believe he's also running for council for the next 4 years.
That was one of a guy like you's question that asked if he was doing that, and he said yes.
Yes, I
A guy
asked the
that looked
question.
like you. Oh, you asked?
I wasn't going to put in the fact that I was from my position. Like I don't.
Well,
want,
I
don't
said a
want to
guy
talk
that looks like you.
Oh, you know you're going with that, you nerd.
Everybody knows if you're local, you know this. Okay. okay.
Anyway, so it went really well. It was a little bit of a heated back and forth on there.
Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. Jerry Springer. That's what I was talking about.
It was there was a lot of heated debate and actions.
Yeah.
But Mike ended up being appointed, and now he's got the next 5 years to go ahead and partake in there. 5 months, and hopefully 4 years after that, from what he's running for it.
And there were
we'll see what
four
happens.
There are 4 candidates, right? So
Yeah, whoa, that was weird.
okay, so if
You're
by the way,
on
can we
camera.
name some of our candidates really fast? Whoa! I
she
don't
pushed
see
the
that, but I
button.
know it's a difference. Hey, can we name a couple of our candidates real fast while we have time?
We've got Mike McElroy,
Yeah, Rhonda Craig.
Rhonda Craig, from what I understand. These are people that have made some sort of public announcement somewhere.
Yep.
We've got
Come on, you can't forget about Kurt.
Kurt Swigert,
Yes.
and then there's
oh, what is his name?
John.
John.
I don't. The John.
John Calder.
John
Calder.
Calder. And then there's also going to be Teresa Davis, I think.
Davis, I think.
that's 5
Yeah.
running
So if we didn't get your names right, we
6,
butchered
5,
it. We're
whatever.
sorry in advance if you're watching this. Okay.
Yeah. So I was just trying to remember who they were.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
get out and vote.
It's going to be.
And mayor.
and of course, the mayor.
So I'm going to put a plug in right here. Mayor Drinkwine, in my opinion, is a very, very, very classy leader. Mm-hmm. He knows when to engage conflict, and he knows when to keep his composure. And he's really, really good, calculated. He's articulate.
He's been doing this
he's been doing this for
council.
years.
And then he's been mayor for a few terms, but he's been council for a long time before that, so he learned how to do it all.
But most of all, he's authentic. What you
very
see
authentic.
is what you get.
Yeah,
with Jean.
exactly. And the people try to put things in people's mouths anytime they can. Sean really is an open book. What he says, what you get. But the thing is, he really does love his people. He gets out there and he helps people. He works in the community. He fights for the people.
Yes, he does. He gets his hands dirty.
And there's a lot of things that people don't see that Sean does. And I'm not talking about just helping in the community.
Yep.
He fights for the city on the back end, trying to get money for the city through the state, through the county, and trying to do things to make sure that we can progress forward, which a mayor should be doing.
Come on now.
He's got to make those connections.
Isn't there a signing party for him?
Yes, Friday, 5 o'clock at Granny's. There's a signing party. I believe also a bunch of the other candidates are going to be there as well.
Yes.
At Friday at 5 p.m. at Granny's here in Estacada. You have to get signatures on a petition in order to get on the ballot. So.
And you have to be within the city limits and be registered.
Within the city limits and registered. You can actually look it up on how to check your registration. You can update your registration right online. It's real quick. It takes like 2 minutes.
It does.
You go to Orstar. You can look up Orstar,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there you put in your information, and then you can check your registration.
Go vote, guys. It counts.
Definitely. Hey guys, we are coming up towards the end of our show. I know it was a really short show tonight because we lost about 10 minutes with our technical difficulties.
You know what? You're awesome.
So, you're so pretty.
Oh, pretty ugly. You're so good. Good for nothing.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey. I was childproofing my home the other day, and I realized it doesn't work because they keep coming around.
Wow. You know what? Can you spell around?
Oh. Can you spell iCup?
I see you, P. I see you closing this show. That's what I see you doing.
Hey guys, before we go, we have some great merchandise here to help support the show. It's
Yes.
called Pissed Off Patriot. Take a quick look at our line here, and then we are closing the show for the day.